Hi everyone. I like to do a what is it? Rec introduction to the game. Grimshire. I have some likes and dislikes, but mostly likes. So I wanna show you what are the things that I like about the game, not like about the game, the graphics. Hopefully it won't spill too much content. But overall, it's very nicely written. It's a cute farming sim. They do call it dark because it's associated with survival, which I really like it, and a lot of people mention that instead of just farming for the sake of farming, you are trying to donate food every day and keep the village alive. So that's really cute, and obviously the other animals also donate, so I feel like a part of the community. Unlike the other games, there's few interactions with the other villagers, and I am pretty picky with farming sims. I feel like I'm a RPG kind of person. I get bored trapped in a place, and I might not like a character as much, so I didn't like Stardew Valley as much because I was playing on multiplayer and I was mostly hanging out with my friends than hanging out with the villagers. So I wasn't really attached to them, and once we unlocked some stuff in the village, I just feel like, I want to go explore, but there's not much to explore, and I didn't like the mining part as much. So this is very similar to Stardew, but they had changes in the mechanics of things that you do, so it was easier for me. So I liked it more. So let me show you. There's only one save file, so I think I'm just gonna load to my account. And as you can see, I'm in the first year because there's only 1 year content so far. They're gonna release second year content next year. So I didn't want to play it too quickly because I don't want to stop too soon, and I also don't want to get to the hard part, which is winter time. And if you don't feed the animals, they're gonna die. So I kind of don't want to get to that part. I kind of just want to contribute to the pods and feel like I'm part of a community, and that's it. Oh, what is this? Wait, there's more than one save file? Am I just being dumb? Wait, but then when you save and continue, always click the same one. Let me try. Load. Oh my god, I would be shocked if for the whole time I could have saved multiple files to begin with. Okay, so the exit, save and quit. Oh, and then it just popped out to right here. So I don't know what this is. What that is. Maybe I need to ask about it in the Discord group. So, I just saved there. So this is your little home. At the very beginning, I'm not gonna show that part. You create your own characters. You can pick different type of animals. If you're a bunny, then you eat only herbs. If you're a fox, you're carnivore, so you would restore a lot of stamina from meat and less from veggies. I picked bear because I want to have both, because I didn't know like what it's gonna be like, if I'm gonna have more meat or am I gonna have more herbs. So I picked bear, and there's also deer that was added, but I think deer is probably herbivore as well, which I didn't want. And you can also pick some perks, so there are skills that you can learn when you level up. You have skill points, and then how the system works is you have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 skills, where tier 1 skills cost 1 skill point, so I can use it right now, but I can also just save it for tier 2, where these things cost 2 skill points each, but they might be more useful. And then tier 3 is 3 skill points. So far, you can't like change your skill once you check it, so I'm trying to save it for what I need the most. And then I added why did I pick this one? Bushes have 20% chance to drop extras. Huh, it's interesting. Wait. Cost 1. I think I already unlocked them. Oh. I don't know. So this one is just given to me for free, I guess. Anyways, I picked the one where there's like plus 20% walk speed, so I want to walk really fast given limited time each day, and I really like that. And this is the menu. It looks similar to Stardew Valley. Hopefully I'm not spoiling stuff, but these are the content, and I like it a lot. Mostly. So your calendar, you can see people. So I think it kind of optimized some things in Stardew. Like for example, in the calendar, you have to go to the store to see it. In this game, you can just see it right away here, which is really good. I didn't like having to go to certain places to see the calendar to see, oh, if it's this person's birthday, then I go meet them. And then on top of that, you can look at the characters' stats, what type of animal they are. I think they added that, before they didn't have it. So they're all really cute. I like the cute animals more than just regular people who sometimes give you an attitude for no reason in some games. Like obviously you're like a new person, right? And some people can just be not as friendly at the beginning. But in this game, like all the animals were friendly, and because we're trying to survive, we're really trying to work as a group instead of having rivalry. So it's really cute, and the writing was really nice. Like talking to them is interesting. And then the second thing I like about the map, the UI, is that you can tell where the villagers are over here. Oh, and then in this tab, you can actually see with question mark, is quest that you accepted. Yeah, it's in progress. And then if it's an exclamation mark, that means they send you a mail about their quest. I don't know if you have to open the mail or not, but it means like they send you a mail and then you should go talk to them. So I feel it would be tedious if it doesn't show up here. Then I have to look at the mail, and then I got 2 mails and I have to remember, oh, who asked me. And because sometimes I'm doing things and I would forget, like, oh, who was it that wanted to ask me for a quest. There are due dates for the quests, unfortunately. Well, but they are like, there's enough time to do it, so that's fine. So here you can basically know where the animals are, so just go find them for the quest, which I really like. And then this one is the shops, and the map is like decent size. So you got the village part over right here, and then this is my home. I got this piece of land by myself. The swamp or something, I forgot what. Oh, the marsh, and then you walk up, you go to the forest, and then you walk all the way up. That's the mountains. So it's like bigger map, big enough map. I think that Stardew. I think the Stardew, you have the beach section at the bottom, and then the middle part is the town, and then you walk up the forest, which you almost never go there because there's only like one family that lives there, and then a wizard on the side. So I guess like, I think because I walk pretty fast and the time is like slower in this game compared to Stardew, so I liked it more. And obviously I played 30 hours with only like 20 in-game games. Oh no, 40 to 50 in-game days, because I also pause and have to think about what to do, make sure I finish the quest in time. So these are the active skills. You have a due date. To be honest, I didn't know there was a due date at first. And they tell you like what are the ingredients you need, so this is really convenient. I do like that. And what else? So you got farm animals. You have a page to see how they're doing. They look really cute. There is tedious stuff about the farm animals. How it works is that they're wild animals, so each day there will be one wild animal, and then you go ask one of the villagers where they are, and to tame them you need specific type of food. I think this is the tedious part. At the beginning you're gonna have like a lot of stuff in your inventory, right? You got like berries that you just harvest wherever, or forage, and then you plant some crops, so you have some crops, you have some fish on you, and then you go to that critter and you just give them like everything in your inventory, and then sometimes they like it, sometimes, most of the time they don't like it, right? They just say, oh, they're not interested, and then I'll just be really confused, like, okay, so what do you want? Because we are also feeding the villagers, so I didn't like think about getting farm animal at first, because I feel like you need to collect a lot of resources to build the base, and that's kind of like later down the road. You know, we do the simple things first, we feed the villagers first, and then we save up the material to build the farms. So I didn't do it until later, and then later I realized that, oh, they actually want some food that I have grown and already fed to my villagers. So that part is inconvenient, and there's a lot of memorization, because there's gonna be different critters, and they came from different like locations as well. So the same type, they could be in the marsh, the forest, the mountains, and they would want different food depending on where they are. So that's a lot of critters food to remember, and you don't even know, like you have to keep try and error. And then sometimes I went there and I got the food they like. I was like, oh nice, they like the food, but then wait a sec, I don't have my farm built yet, or my farm is being built at the moment, so I couldn't even recruit them, and then days later I don't have the food that they want anymore, or something like that. So right now I just pull up the wiki page, so I would walk to ask the guy where the critter is and what kind of it, and then I would look at it on the wiki page to see, okay, they need this, then I go back to my farm to grab it, and then I go get them. Oh, and then one more thing is that only the females lay stuff. The males are just there to mate. So I didn't know that you could see the gender by clicking onto them. I just like want to get them the moment I see them, right? So I was just thinking, yes, I want it, and then boom, I got a bunch of males just sitting around, chilling, not doing anything. Finally, I got a female, but they're like a baby right now. So, but otherwise, like, this part is good, and I think they're gonna work on getting like a generic food for them. I think that is a bit overkill. Maybe if we like don't have the food and we need it right away, then that's like an emergency taming food. But I do like the idea that they like different things. I just need to like record it somewhere, you know. Maybe there's like a note somewhere that tells you, okay, this guy wants to use this, one guy wants this, then I would try to save those food for them. Okay, so next. Oh yeah, so one more thing about the barn. You cannot move the structure right now, and they say the devs said they're gonna add it, so I'm just gonna add it. I kind of mess up on my farm building thing. When I look it up, the tutorial said that the critters like being outside of the barn, right? But you gotta fence them around so they don't go eat your crops, and they can eat the hay that you grow. And because I didn't cut off a lot of trees to make a lot of space at the beginning, I kind of just squeezed the coop right next to the house. I couldn't build fence around the coop, so one way is to destroy the coop, rebuild it, but then the guy said you have to give him the materials. So you have to gather the materials again, which is a lot of materials. So, cause like I don't want to chop down too many trees because they would produce berries later, and we need food. So the alternative is I just end up fencing up my little farm instead, so the critters won't try to eat my crops, which I'm really happy about, because who knows when the update's gonna happen. And the really cute thing is, one time I was watering my crops, and I had the little gate open, and I see the critter just walk all the way from her home over here, and I was like, did they really like me, or they want to eat the crops? So I closed the door, and then they just stood by the gate of the farm. I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. But did they want me, or they want the food? So when I was finished, I opened the gate and I came out, and then I walked away, and the critter just stood there. So I guess they want to go inside the farm. So yeah. And then another thing that I don't like, I guess this is like kind of a big thing, but it's being worked on, is I don't want to kill my animals for food. And you know, like if we need meat, then I can try to fish more or something like that to get around with it. But there was quests that actually need you to give blood and offal, which comes from butchering the critters. And I think blood, the devs said they are gonna try to get get blood from fish as well, because it was suggested. But for offal, I don't think you can get it from fish. I don't know. Actually, maybe we can ask. Because I feel like once you start doing it, you kind of just like don't care about the farm animals as much. I was literally thinking like, oh yeah, sure, let's just butcher them and get the meat and, you know, finish the quest, because villagers are more important than farm animals. And I heard that when I was streaming this, that if you fail a project, it will actually cause your villagers to die, because they would still try to progress the project without enough material, which was like surprising to me, because I would never think of it like that. I thought, you know, if you just didn't do it, then you just don't do it, you know, that, oh, you passed the deadline, try again or something, or just move on with your life. So that makes it more stressful, that I actually have to figure out how to get the intestines for this recent project that we're gonna do. I don't want to spoil the stories, because hi Mia, they're really cute. And anyway, so here you can see the stuff that you got. Mostly I look at cooking for this. I can see the ingredients right away. So, and then you got tutorials, which is very detailed. So this is the UI, and I also mentioned a lot of stuff. And and then one thing I really like is when you mine in Stardew, we always run the risk of passing out. Like if you try to mine until 11, 12, and then you have to run all the way back home before 2 a.m. so you don't just faint, right? And then when you faint, I think you lose money, and then you also don't get your stamina regen. And at this game, you actually faint at like 11:50, but you don't lose money, you just don't have stamina regen. And I didn't know it at the beginning, because I was like too busy doing stuff, right? I didn't pay attention to the time. But one thing really good about this game is if you click save and quit, you will save immediately, as I showed earlier, and you would TP back to your home. So I would just do that. Like I would mine until 11 something, and then just save and quit, and I'm next to my bed, and I go to sleep right away. So I really like that. It's convenient. There are a few things that I think it's better than Stardew. This is one, make my life simpler. Number 2 is the maps. You can see where everybody is, make my life simpler. Calendar as well, even though I don't use it as much, because I'm not trying to impress them, okay? I'm trying to feed people. And then sometimes they give you stuff, which is cute when you talk to them. Oh, and then here it also tracks like if you have talked to them today, and the critters, it will show like if you like pet them today, which is really cute. And like little things that make life easier. And in terms of fishing, so fishing, they have this mini game. I'm not gonna save the save file. So you would hold control to pull out the toolbar, which is nice, so it doesn't take up inventory space. And then you select your tool, you press you hold F, and then you would just keep spamming spacebar to get the fish's attention. And then when they bite, you press F real quick. Yeah, I think you hold F. I've been holding F the whole time. Yeah, so I like that it's simpler, it's more relaxing, and I can just do this. And the music is really cute. I actually feel like a fishing. You can have like fish crates, but you need kibble. So, so it's like chill most of the time. And then in the mines, it's also better than Stardew in terms of there's no monsters. And talk to the people. They're so cute. Oh, he went inside. So in the mines, it's also better because there's no monsters. I just want to mine. You know, I don't want it to be like, oh, wait for the bug to come over and I have to hit it. Which is nice. So fit the survival theme a bit more. Yeah, and then here's the thing that I don't like, which is this is the cellar to donate food, right? So as you can see, the top shows that, so every day the villagers eat 1 day of food, but why does it say 3 days up top? Is because we need to donate 2 days of food on Sunday to some other people. I'm not gonna tell you who. So the annoying thing is, as like a holder, you know, I'm feeding my villagers, so the thing I want to do is, oh, I caught fish, I throw it in, you know, I got food for you guys, I throw it in, right? But the bad thing is there's different types of food. The game actually is designed to want you to have preserved food instead of fresh food, because fresh food is spoiled in 3 days, but preserved food is spoiled in 20 days. So that's why the villagers are donating like preserved food here. And I think some of the things it's better when it's preserved. For example, small fish that give 9 stamina, when it becomes dry, it gives 10 stamina. So this is good, right? Obviously, you need a lot of rags to do that. And because you have to dry the vegetable stuff and the fish. But there are other types of fish that gives you, say, 17 stamina, which is right here, is the same thing. So I don't think there's a benefit for drying them other than they stay longer. And then the 24 fish, which is the one I'm not too sure about, because I think there's fish that's 27, the 24, yeah, this one's 27, so I think drying them actually make them worth less. Yeah. Okay, so the first thing that I don't like about this food cellar is that villagers would eat fresh food, right? You see there's dry food and then there's fresh food. Like this is fresh. They will eat fresh food first, but they might not eat it based on when it spoils. So for example, this guy is gonna spoil in 0 days. It's really, and I have like 6 of it here. It's really hard to know that right now everything is worth 2.49 days, so how much is this one? I guess I could take it out and then do my math. I guess maybe I could do that. But I think because there's other fresh food, like they donate flowers and they donate mushrooms, then there's no guarantee that they're gonna eat my fruit bar today, you know? So the safer thing to do is take out all the like fresh vegetables, so then they will eat this first. But I don't really know how much this takes to spoil. And I noticed that here I have fruit bar that is 1 day, and then with fruit bar that is 0 day, right? So, and then the bad thing I just did it is that if I add this one of it to here, it just changed the whole thing to 0 days, which doesn't make sense. So I really don't like that, because given like our food apocalypse scenario, I think it makes sense to make food last longer, right? Like you're only gonna grow so many vegetables, and you only gonna have these much fruits, and we also have to like go mine to do other stuff. We're not gonna then cooking and getting more stamina should be like the optimal thing to do. But it's really hard to track these small things, like, oh, how much is this thing. I have to like have a spreadsheet on the side. 5 times 27 is 135, and then one day for the herbivore is, I don't know, 170 or 150 or something, and then there's like 15 left. Oh, that means they'll eat all of this today because there's no other fresh food. But if there is fresh food, then they're gonna spoil it. Or there's a chance that they're gonna spoil it. So that part's annoying. And then now we talk about if it's a dry food that's about to spoil, then guess what? They're gonna eat the fresh mushrooms first. They're not gonna care about this guy who's about to spoil. So I think it's like too tedious. I kind of just want to dump all the food in there. You know, it would be like my fault if I give them too much stuff that's gonna spoil in 0 days, right? That would be my fault. Like they only eat 1 day worth of food, but I give them like 10 of the fruit bar that's gonna spoil today, then that is my problem. But if we have a bunch of other stuff and then this thing is about to expire, but they're not eating this thing first, then I think that's very tedious. I don't like that. And yeah, so this is my biggest complaint because I spend a lot of time people, like, I think at first when I play, I was just like, you know, putting things in because that's what I'm gonna do, like put things in to feed them instead of like taking stuff out of the cellar. But then like another player told me that, oh, they would take stuff out to make sure that they would eat certain things, and I didn't like that. And actually I started doing it, but obviously I'm not gonna fit everything, like especially on Sunday when you need to give them exactly 3 days worth of food. But the 3 day is actually broken down into 2 and 1. So 1 day of food that villagers would prioritize eating fresh food. The 2 days, the devs change it so that they prioritize taking food that is dry. So if I have 1 day worth of nutty bar, right? But then I have like, oh, I'm gonna add more nutty bar in, so it's gonna be worth 3 days. No, all those extra nutty bars for the 2 days is gonna spoil, and they're gonna take like the other food that's preserved because that's what they want to do. So I feel like I kind of wanted to make it more obvious that how much food is gonna be, like, what are the ones that's gonna be eaten today, what are the ones gonna be saved, so I can like use them for something else, you know. Okay, so that's one thing. But yeah, like I spent a lot of time just sitting there like calculating stuff. Kind of taking a break from this game because partially because of it's tiring to manage that, and I try to minimize as much work for myself as possible, otherwise I'm just gonna be doing work while playing the game, and I don't want to do that. So I think like before I would be not sure of how many like fruit bars I have to make per day, and now I have like a spreadsheet that would say, okay, every day you need 5 fruit bars, and I just make it, don't think about it, move on with my life. Actually, I would make 12 days so I don't have to come to the cellar every day, you know. Because other food are supposed to last for 4 days, so they should have enough for that. But the meat is harder because meat, I can only get it by fresh fish, and all the fish has different stamina, so and I couldn't make as much cooked dish with for the carnivals. So I have to do the math. Yeah, to know like how much fish they would need, so I can go do mining. I just kind of want to like only do one thing at a time, you know, only think about one thing at a time. Just go mine for the whole day, get a bunch of stuff. What else? I think that's it. Tell me what you think about the game. But like, I think just talking to the animals is really cute. Windy days are terrible for fishing. It's like if you have characters, they don't talk like that, and I just like being simple like this. Fishing is pretty fun, but there's no like treasure chest thing though. There's no treasure chest concept. And then also this is like the drying rack, but food could be spoiled while it's doing the countdown. So watch out on that. It's mostly like pretty nice. And this is my hay farm. We need a lot of hay. We need a lot of hay. And the mines, we don't have monsters, but there is a mechanism where if you hit a wall and it's like weak, and if you hit it too much, the whole mine will collapse. And you know how in Stardew there are levels, and all your progress of the levels would disappear. You start from 1 again. So that's the thing you have to be careful about with mining. But there's a skill that you can do. Oh yeah, so if I like open the door, the animals can come out. I think they like being outside. These guys are, I bugged, so they're stuck there. But these guys, they walk around. Yeah, I can't even interact with these guys. So what was I saying? The mines would collapse, I think. I don't know. Not really cute. What else? Let me know anything you want to know. Mostly it's really cute. The food management, I think it's a bit too tedious, that it drives me crazy sometimes. I'm so tired because of it. One thing is because the food, I have to manage it every day, which I don't want to. And then the second thing, and I asked the dev about it. They didn't see it as big, but that much of an issue. So I don't know if they're gonna improve on it or not. Because, you know, alternatively, I just have to figure out something to do to make my life easier. Obviously, you change the difficulty level, and I play it on easy peasy, okay? Easy peasy. I started with easy, but now it's easy peasy. The second thing that is stressful, that makes me not want to play, is because the quest, as I said, is like, you know, people's lives matter. And the cute thing is the villagers would donate. But obviously if you do the math, you can see that there's only 10 days left, and we need like 18 bars and how many planks and blood. 10 days, maybe I don't need to do the offal, but I need blood. So blood means I have to butcher animals, and when I start butchering them, I was not kind of care about them as much. You know, it's like, oh yeah, we do it the first time, then they're just butcherable after that. So And then I also need titanium bar, which I need it in like later part of the mine, but I collapsed it, so I have to do some planning with my time, because I need titanium bar. I have to get the animal fat to butcher them, and I also need to cut a bunch of trees for the plank. So not a lot of time within 10 days to do all this, and I have to do my math with the food. So that's why I am taking a break from this game, but I do want to show it, like make a video to show it, because it's really cute. It's really cute, and it's like I would say like 99% really fun, you know. But I did spend a long time. Other than painting, I spent my days foraging for our food. Luckily, Rowan's diet is mostly herbivorous. Rowan is actually like a fox, I think. Although sometimes he can help a snack from the lake. That's crazy. And I think Rowan like likes the squirrel. There's this guy. He's a fox. I guess he eats fruits as well. I guess they're not romanceable. And now I know. I thought like I can tell like, oh, they care about each other, but I think in some games when they care about each other, you can still romance them. But and it's like really weird, because all the older generation, they're like the same species. You know, this is the dad and this is the son. And then now you have a squirrel and a fox that live together. I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, and then they're cousins. And the girl is single, but the guy is not. Yeah, they just say, lives at the forest cottage. So I don't know what's going on with them. And then this is the whole Stoltz family. They're really cute. The little babies are really cute. These two are play pals. Also very cute. Manor. What is a manor anyways? Wait, why is this guy... Oh, this is current location. I was say, why is he living at the manor? Yeah, so there's a Discord group where you can chat. There are some things that are mentioned as cannot be done for the game. Like, you can give suggestions, but there are things that can't be done. Obviously, this is a single player game, so even though multiplayer sounds like a really cute idea, can't be done. But they're like doing a lot of stuff, like adding marriage features, adding more decorations, and obviously year 2 content. Apparently a lot of people are like replaying this many times, which is crazy given how much time I spent on this, and it's only summer. Past summer. And then also like more equipments that we can use to make our lives easier. So yeah, I don't know if there's like greenhouse, because I don't want spoil as well. But people are like giving suggestions, reporting bugs in the server. So that is really cool, and it's really cheap. It's $15. I was like I would usually get addicted to a game really quickly, and then I would grind for like around 30 hours, which is similar to this one. I was addicted to Chef RPG before, even though that one is less developed in terms of the writing with the villagers, and I have suggested that. I don't know what they have changed since that, because I feel like I already have my restaurants upgraded and there's like no new content, so I stopped playing that after the grind, and then now I'm taking a break from this one just because it's like addicting is good, but it's also a bit tiring, like it's work. There's too much to lose if you make a bad choice, so I kind of don't want that, you know. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know if you start playing this, because I think the beginning part is definitely very fun. There's easy-peasy mode that made it even easier. I think you can start with easy first and then switch to easy-peasy when they had that very difficult thing. Yeah. That's it. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. And I hopefully will post my gameplay videos later. I'm kind of lazy. Let me know if you want to see the gameplay videos, then I'll start posting them. And they're gonna be like hours long each, because that's how long you play this game. But if you want to try it out, hopefully they add stuff to it that make it like less like you don't have to kill the farm animals, more like beginner friendly, not as much management, and the food spoiling system, hopefully there's an easier way to deal with it. Yeah, I think that's my 2 complaints. Okay, thanks for watching. Close and without saving, yes.